Okay, so long story short, right now I'm uploading videos from our Memorial Day little picnic cookout takeover. And basically, I've got two videos being uploaded. See, some people said that my video quality sucked when they were watching the live feed. But one thing you have to understand about the live feed is when you're on live feed, the live YouTube app does not have the power to finalize videos on the iPhone. So that means that, what is it called? Your image stabilizer doesn't work, for one, and then on top of that, you can't get 4K video while you're doing live feed, which I'm doing right now. Now, I could have pre-recorded this video, and I could have pre-recorded a video and I could have uploaded it, but that didn't make sense because I'm not going to talk about this for very long. So I just wanted to let you know you could see the fact that I'm uploading two different videos, and you'll be able to watch them later, and both of them are in 4K. So here we go. Dodge Charger Demon Challenger Demon Markups. I keep Charger, I'm sorry. So here's the biggest problem that I have with these fucking things, because we were talking about this, you might have heard us talking about it in the video. I said, if there was a way I could get a demon, I would buy it. I would just take a couple of pictures with it, and then I would sell it to one of my friends in Dubai who owns a exotic car dealership, and then he could give me twice or maybe even three times as much as I paid for it. And once he gives me that money, I could damn near buy anything I want, basically. Because the thing about it is, Dodge doesn't make right-hand drive cars. So that means that these cars, as they're coming off the press, if American buyers don't drive them, these things are worth a lot of money overseas because those people have the money, but the problem is they can't easily get one in their hands. So especially when you're dealing with a market like Dubai, I mean, these people are crazy enough to spend $500,000 on a Lamborghini. So to be able to get a car that's like one of 3,300, they would love to be able to do that. But the problem that I have is it's really not fair to the market. It's really not fair to produce something in such low numbers. And then the other issue is the markups. And for anybody who doesn't understand what happens, basically when the dealers get these cars in, they know that they have these cars coming. In most cases, the dealers don't know exactly what they'll be getting. FCA pretty much gives one per dealership and they see how many you can sell or whatever. The problem is, as soon as these cars come in, the dealer calls one of their friends up, and one of their friends uses their credit to purchase the car. Now, if it's not one of their friends, it could be anybody. It could be one of their kids. It could be their wife, whatever. Bottom line is, the dealer knows exactly when these cars are going to come in, and as soon as one of these cars comes in, they purchase it. And when they purchase it, it's now got an owner. So what they'll do, and this, see, I know the game. What they do is they leave the car in the dealership so that the car is still covered by the dealership's insurance. So that means that somebody will buy the car and never ever actually have to insure it because it's sitting under the dealer roof in the dealer lot and it's still covered under the dealer's insurance. And I've seen this done before because sometimes somebody collects cars and they buy a car, and what they'll do is they'll leave it inside there so that this way the dealer is able to show off that car to a potential buyer. So some, buyers don't have a problem doing stuff like that. But what these dealers are doing is they're using someone's credit to purchase the car, and then they'll hold it, and then they'll try to put these crazy markup adjusted price tags and shit on it. And now this is what you're looking at, $250,000 for a demon. Now, if I could get a demon and not have to pay an overage, I would probably try to sell it for $200,000. But these people said, fuck that, we're going to try to sell it for $250,000. And they already have like 91 people watching. And you can bet that some of these people are serious, because the demon, what's crazy about the demon, and I've said this before, the demon is a $30,000 car where somebody at FCA, I would love to sit in on one of those meetings. They must have had a meeting, and somebody said, hey, how do we improve sales? And they said, hey, you know what we'll do? We'll take a $30,000 car. We'll put about $50,000 or $60,000 worth of shit in it. We'll sell it for $90,000. Whoever that guy was got a promotion, And now they're selling this car for $85,000. And the problem is, because it's such limited production, as they say, 3,300, 3,000 for America, 300 for Canada. Now what you're dealing is basically $250,000, which is fucking insane, but somebody's gonna pay it, and there are enough people out there who have that kind of money and will pay it, because this thing is so ridiculously powerful until this car is faster to the quarter mile than a Bugatti Veyron. This car is faster to the quarter mile than a Bugatti Super Sport. This car is faster to the quarter mile than a Tesla Model S P100D. This car is faster than a Nissan GTR. This car is faster to the quarter mile than a Lamborghini freaking Huracan. This car is faster to the quarter mile than a Lamborghini freaking Aventador S or SV. Do you understand what kind of bullshit you're dealing with here? You're dealing with a fucking $30,000 car that's fucking faster than everything else that's ever existed, made by the hands of man. And they want $250,000 for it, which is kind of a, it's kind of a discount considering how big it is. Because, most people can't really fit that comfortably in a Bugatti Veyron or a Lamborghini. But that's insane. This is a $30,000 car being sold for $90,000. But anyway, this guy right here has some pictures. Some people said, oh, this shit must be fake. But from what I'm seeing, this shit is real. Look at these pictures that this dude's taking. And he's got Michigan plates on it. And as you know, the car's already been in production. So these cars are starting to be delivered to these people. And obviously, he probably knows somebody who's at the dealership. Because I don't know if you noticed Kyle Yaldo's video where he showed a Silver Demon with a crankshaft brake. But I know that these cars are in production right now. But look at these pictures. I mean, it doesn't look like it's fake. And then on top of that, he put the VIN number here, which I'll show you in a second. But these pictures, look at this. You got the demon key. Now, I'm a little disappointed that it's just a red key instead of an orange key with like fire or something all around it. But you got the demon key. And this guy is holding the demon key. Now, if I was him, I would have made a live video just showing the shit at the house. I would have put the video in this sale ad. But this dude, I'm gonna also put the URL to this video so that you can click on it and see it. But right now there's like 91 people watching it, and his name is LS1 Robert. Seller information, and he's got 23 stars, and as far as I can see, it has 100% positive feedback. So it looks legit to me. Now, these other pictures came from the car show. So what I'm guessing is that, people might be selling their reserve spots too, but whatever. It says title check is okay, odometer check okay. It says owners 3. I don't know about that. It says accidents minor issue. I don't know about that. It says mileage is 0, which I find interesting. 6.2 Hemi supercharged. Now, this is actually kind of interesting right here. He gave the VIN number of the car. Now, if you have the VIN number of a car, that means that you can call up your insurance company and you can ask your insurance company how much that car would cost to insure. So, as far as I know, Dodge Demons are going to be, insured under Haggerty Insurance, because most insurance companies are like, fuck that, we're not insuring nothing that can do goddamn wheelies out of a freaking dealership. So you're going to you can't use the regular insurance. No, you got to get the Demon Insurance. Everybody, you hear that? You can't go to Geico, you can't go to State Farm, you can't go to freaking Allstate with Dennis Haybert. Nuh-uh. You got to get the Demon Insurance. The Demon Insurance. That's right. The Demon Insurance. So when you ask, okay, how much is Haggerty? I can't tell you how much it is, because you got to remember, I'm in New York City. I'm getting screwed for $315 a month on Hellcat insurance. And I just met another person that's like, his insurance for his Hellcat was like $480, close to $500 a month in some places. And yeah, you say $500 a month in jest, but you got to understand, there's some people who are willing to pay it, especially if they're paying a lease for $599. So basically, either way, they're paying about $1,000 a month. So anyway, this is what he said. says. He says the fastest production car that runs a 9.65 second quarter mile. It does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, blah, 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 blah. It says they just released the... Okay, it says, before anyone jumps down my throat saying you're crazy for the price, you're asking, just hear me on the facts. They just released the MSRP and fully loaded it's under $100,000. Now, with that being said, that is rare and ridiculous, which he's absolutely right. But see, the problem with this market is the fact that you've got so many of these people who have that kind of money, and they can snap these things up before you even have a chance to buy one. So the way it appears to me is that if you really, really wanted a demon, chances are you ain't going to be able to buy one unless you're rich. And when I say rich, you got to have millions of dollars on hand to be able to outbid the next jerk-off oil sheikh from Dubai or Syria or something who's going to have so much money that he has like a fleet of Rolls Royces. There's no way you can compete with that. I mean, you're talking about a car that's so ridiculous that there's like princes and kings and queens in countries where they can literally just outbid you and there's nothing you can do about it because they're kings and queens and you just work at Walmart. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So it says, what does he say? It says the way you order it is, it has broken just about every record, blah, blah, blah. It says, I used a different VIN because eBay doesn't allow you to post without one. And of course, I don't have the VIN for the demon yet, so please. So wait a minute. Why the fuck did he put some bullshit VIN number here, which I don't understand because it says 1. And if it says 1, the code 1 means America. So I guess that VIN number might not be 100% true. So if any of you want to bother to look up that VIN number and check, or if any of you have access to a demon VIN number, you can call your insurance company and you can check and find out if that VIN number can tell you how much it's going to cost for insurance. But yeah, but that's basically what you're looking at. So this guy has posted it. I don't know if he's just doing it for attention or if he's 100%. It says serious inquiries only. It says you can visit YouTube to find out more in-depth vehicle. Yeah, obviously. Please do not waste my time with lowball offers. Serious inquiries only. For any serious buyer that want to purchase a vehicle can email me. So basically he wants you to email him. So if you go to his eBay page, then most likely you'll be able to email him. But if this jerk off is asking for $250, it's like that shit is not gonna happen, you know. So that's just that. And you know, me personally, I'm not really interested in this thing for me. But see, if I could get my hands on one of those things and resell it before they're all snapped up, it's like I'd be able to resell that thing for, even if I sold it for $200,000, that would be that would be twice as much as you'd possibly pay for it. So that would actually be fantastic. Even if you paid $115,000, that would be worth it, you know. But that's basically it. So I'm gonna put, when this video uploads and processes, I'm gonna put the URL there so that this way you can look at the page yourself. And if you email them and you're able to get a VIN number just to check and make sure everything's legit, the smartest thing to do is call your insurance company and check and see how much it's going to cost. But to tell you the truth, the insurance on this thing is going to be like no less than $400. It'll probably be more like $500 per month if you can even imagine affording that. That's crazy. So this is the very beginning. The car hasn't even hit the dealers yet, and they're already marking this shit up. And I made a video about a Charger, the first black Charger with a moonroof, fully loaded, that came onto our lots here in New York City, Manhattan, or near it, Queens Boulevard, Northern Boulevard. They wanted $105,000 for that car, and it sold. And whoever bought that car lost $40,000 or $50,000 that they paid extra. So me personally, there's no way in hell I could pay an overage like that. I just couldn't do it, especially after seeing what's already happened. You know, I would never pay an overage like that. Not unless it was ridiculously difficult to buy. But even then, it's like I couldn't imagine doing that. That's crazy. And they got it. I have friends who paid $5,000 over for their Hellcats, and the sad thing is, even me personally, I didn't spend any overage on my Hellcat. When I bought my Hellcat, that thing was $1,050 a month. So imagine how I felt when all of a sudden they're offering leases on these goddamn things for $599 a month with $2,500 down. Not even when the leases started on the Hellcats, they said you had to pay, what was it, $7,700 down, and then they said it was going to cost you $707 a month. These motherfuckers are asking for $2,500 down, and they want less than $600 a month. But the reason why they're having such a hard time getting rid of these cars and selling them is simply because of the insurance cost. The insurance cost makes these deals unaffordable. It breaks the deal. Like, you can get one of these cars for $600 a month. The problem is your insurance is probably going to run you so much, it's going to push you right back into the thousands. Now, imagine on a $90,000, $30,000 car, what your insurance is going to cost when you're one out of 3,300. Imagine that.